Hey guys, my name is Gray and I am 18. I live in Florida now. I've lived pretty much in like over 10 states, I think. Maybe not lived in over 10 states, but been to over 10 states for longer than a month. We'll put it that way. So today I want to talk about a little snippet of my testimony and something that is happening this Friday on I believe it's June 3rd, 2020. I don't want this to come across as like it's all about me or anything like that, because it's not. This video is about God, and I want this video to be about God working through me and God using me as a vessel to reach other people. So I was diagnosed with a rare disease called idiopathic intracranial hypertension, also known but less known now as pseudotumor cerebri, when I was 14 years old. And when I was 14, it was not as bad as it is now. But that was also 4 years ago. And they told me that I need to lose weight and I needed to not drink soda or caffeine at all. And a few other things that I can't remember because it was 4 years ago, and whoever remembers what they ate yesterday, let alone 4 years ago. Especially whenever you have this. Basically the biggest threat of idiopathic intracranial hypertension is that some patients lose vision loss completely, some patients lose it to a certain extent, and some it goes away with weight control and dieting and stuff like that. We tried all the medicines that I'm aware of, besides like debatable medicines, if that makes sense without actually saying it, or you know. Sorry. We've tried all the prescription medicines that my pediatrician and neurologists, with an S, have prescribed to me, and my body doesn't accept them very well. They don't work, or my side effects are worse than if I were just to not take them. Which I know sounds odd, but it's true. And I've been at peace in accepting that I could, that being the key word, go blind since I was about 15, maybe 15 and a half, 16, definitely by 16. Just because I knew that God was in my corner, and that if I was supposed to go blind, it was going to happen no matter what medicine or surgery or whatever measures we took or did not take, me or the doctors. And I've been okay with that, and I know that sounds odd to say, and I know that some people are going to say that it sounds like I was giving up, but to me, I wasn't giving up. I was giving my hope, or my faith in God, putting my faith in God, and I knew from about at least 15, 16, I don't know, I can't remember from the very beginning. I don't really remember a lot from when I was 14 and 15 very much. I barely remember things from when I was 16 and 17, honestly. So I can't really remember if I was completely at peace about it then or anything. I know I was scared at times, and I'm still scared sometimes. You know, it's scary to think that it's a possibility to go blind. But I mean, if you worry about things like that, it's a possibility that you could break your arm tomorrow. I mean, you know, you can't live life like that, and I try really hard not to live my life like that. But obviously sometimes fear wins, and you have to pick yourself up, and God has to pick you up, and you have to move on. But anyways, about a month and a half ago, the doctors, I went in for my testing. My eyes get tested every 3 to 6 months, and I went in for testing, and they told me that after seeing a different doctor than the one that did the test, anyways, that my field vision was getting worse. And it's one thing to acknowledge it, that it's going on in your body. Over time, you see it happening, and like, oh, I can't see tree leaves as easy as I could 4 months ago. And oh, I can't see my hand when it's over here, you know, and stuff like that. But it's a totally different ballpark when a doctor is like, your field vision test is showing that your vision loss you're losing vision, basically. So that was really, really scary. And it was not fun. And I had to pick myself up. God had to pick me up. And I let myself mope around for about half a day. And then I said, no, we're not doing this. We're not letting the devil win. We're not giving him that satisfactory. Because God is in control, and if I'm meant to go blind, then I'm going to go blind because God needs me to. Because God needs me to for a reason. And I was okay with that. I accepted that. And then my grandma came in, and she told me that she had, I think it was a dream or something. I forget things so easy, and that's so bad, but I do. And she was telling me that I'm going to be healed. And I knew from the beginning that I was going to be cured, not only from if I had vision loss, but that I was going to be cured from IIH at some point. But I never thought that it was going to be at 18. I thought it was going to be at like 23 or, you know, something. You know, anyways, I stared at a lizard. That's why I kind of like got off. Anyways, so that happened. That she told me, all she told me was that you're going to be healed. That's all she said. She said that God is going to heal you. And then my mom came, or she called me or something. She relayed it some way. I really can't remember details that well. And she told me that you're going to be healed of your vision loss on Friday. July 3rd, 2020. And the reason I'm laughing is because I hate odd numbers. I hate them so much. I hate the number 3 so much. I'm very OCD, and 3 is like a trigger. And when she said that, I got this vision of me in the living room, sitting down, crying, bawling, way harder than this, with a bunch of people that loved me and cared about me, surrounding me, with their hands on me. I hate crying in front of people. Oh my gosh. With their hands on me, praying for me and speaking life into me. And then I remembered this pastor at a youth camp that I went to when I was younger, where I got a partial calling that same year actually, I believe. I went multiple years, so I'm not for sure, but that same camp for sure. And he was telling us that they had, the previous week of the camp had like 4 weeks or something. The previous week they had prayed for this girl that was completely, I'm getting chills, that was completely blind, couldn't see anything. And those of you who don't know, there's different levels of blindness. Some people that go blind see completely black because their muscles in their eyes die or whatever. And some people can see light. And some people can see like outlines but not colors and different things like that. So there's different severities of blindness. And he was telling us how this girl was completely blind and she got all of her vision back that week before. And then my mom was telling me this, and then I got a vision of this camp that I was in when I was like 5 years old, or maybe not even, somewhere around there, I don't know, of the story where Jesus takes mud and puts it on I can't remember if it's a girl or a boy, but the person's eyes that was completely blind, and smears it on their eyes. We went into this dark room and we had blindfold like bandanas on, and they came by, and one of the older helpers put oatmeal on our eyes and on our eyebrows, so on our faces and on the things. And it was to reenact the story, to like get us to texturize and realize what the story was about. And I could feel the stuff on my face. And I started crying, and my mom was like, "Are you crying?" And I'm like, "No, I'm not crying, I'm fine." But I was crying because it's just like, you walk through life sometimes, and sometimes it's like you feel alone, and you know that you're not. You know that people care about you, but like, to see how many people have like talked to my mom this week, and how many people she is getting to come together, whether it be in our house this Friday, or on Skype, or over Facebook, or whatever it may be. It's very surreal. And it feels very overwhelming. And I believe my vision is going to be restored Friday. I truly do. And I believe that one day my story is going to help a little girl or a little boy. And that's my only hope. I don't care what I go through as long as it helps someone else. And there's been so many nights that I've cried because I was sad or that I was scared. And that's okay. Because if I can do that so that someone else doesn't have to, then it's all worth it. Anyways, that's enough. Okay. That's enough. That being said, this video is plenty long enough, and I don't feel like recording it again because that was very genuine, and I don't want to try to recreate that because I couldn't, and I don't want to. Also, I'm sorry that you saw me cry because I'm not the best crier. I'm not a pretty crier, but that's okay. If you would like to know anything about, I don't even know what to call it, revival, prayer circle, whatever you want to call this. I don't even know exactly what's going to go down on Friday. If you would like any information, I'm not going to put my mom's information out on the internet. You can DM me or send me an email at Yaterg, YEATERG, @gmail.com, or DM me on Facebook or Instagram or wherever you're seeing this. Or if you see this on someone else's page, you can DM them and they can DM me and get me your information, and I'll give you the information. I just don't really want my mom's number on the internet, if that makes sense, where everybody could see it, you know. And if you're seeing this and you have IIH or any chronic illness or any struggles and you feel alone, you're not alone. God loves you. I love you. People around you love you. And there's always something to live for. You have to find your passion. Okay. Bye.